Hello, so that's the completed PC. So before the RGB lighting turned off, if you want to turn them on, you can easily control them via MSI Mystic Lights, which is part of MSI Center that I've installed. So show you the specs of the PC. 4 TB SSD, 64 gigs RAM, 900X3D, and you've got the memory running at 6000 megahertz, running at the expo settings, so it's CL30. With the CPU, there is a slight 100 megahertz boost and minus 30 on curve optimizer. A lot of people should work stably on plus 200, but just to make sure you go home with a stable PC, I just put in 100 overclock. You can tweak it more to your liking, so you can add more negative on the optimizer or add more to the overclock. Just make sure that you go home and this is a stable setting for you first. What that means is after a Cinebench multi-core and single core, the max temp is 82, min 42. So today's a pretty warm day, so that's a good result. So you've got your score here for comparison, which is on par with what the sort of the PC should get at this sort of setting. Pretty much all the drivers are up to date. Windows is up to date. BIOS has got the latest version. NVIDIA driver's got the latest version. You got the RTX 5080, Galaxy One Click OC, and just gonna test it a bit more in gaming and multitask scenario, just as much as I can. When you take it home, your usage might be a little bit different, so there's always going to be slight variances and possibility of introducing issues. Just play around with settings and whatnot, and that should help you. So in terms of the settings, where you can tweak it, essentially you restart, and whilst you do it, hit spam delete on the keyboard. Then you can go. A couple of things that I've changed. That's not the default. So under overclocking, there is expo setup, which runs at 6,000 mega transfers and CL30 and residual timings. Infinity clock, Infinity Fabric clock 2000. So that just runs at 1:1. All this is on just standard, and then under PBI, essentially this is just a boost, so you can change it to 200. Like I said, this I recommend just staying at 85 just to keep it cool. And negative 30, like I said, you can change that to negative potentially 40 for even cooler temp and slower fan speeds. Another thing I changed is the fan profiles. So CPU fan 1 and system fan 1 is your cooler fans. These two are your case fans, and this is your pump fan, which should always be 100%. So you can play around with the curves if you want to play around with the airflow and noise. Case fans are default to 40%. Basic just means that during operation, like if you're not doing much, you're barely gonna hear any noise at all on the PC. Again, you can play around, change it to smart fan mode, play around with it if you want, but this is the setting that I've got at the moment, so you know where to change it if you need to change it. Okay. I think that's pretty much all the changes I made. So I'll see you when you pick up the PC.